Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 212 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, May 18th, 2024, and it's an overcast, dreary kind of day out there. It was raining overnight. It rained a bit yesterday. It's been raining overnight. It rained most of the morning. The rain stopped now. It's drying up a bit, but it's still pretty cloudy and overcast out there. But hey, I'm indoors. I don't care. It's fine by me. And there's a motorcycle making all kinds of racket out there. Not stopping them. Anyway, so I'm so happy. No, stop. Dude or dudette, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm so happy to have everyone here with me today. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by to check out my channel. I hope you have fun here and see something you like. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what kind of shenanigans I've been up to. And as always, I am so happy to have you here with me week after week. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And it helps my little channel. I'm trying to grow this little itty bitty channel. And yeah, any new subscriptions would be super helpful. And like the video, comment. I love reading your comments, and I try to respond to each and every one of them. And yeah, so welcome. Anywho, so last weekend it felt like I had a cold. I think it's mostly allergies. I think I'm getting a real good bout of hay fever. I've had so much sinus congestion. I have a little throat lozenge here ready just in case I get a tickle and start coughing or feel like I'm going to start coughing. And I'll probably be taking a few extra squigs. Where's the front? There's the front. Just drinking some Coke Zero today. It's actually left over from yesterday and flat. But it's cold and wet. So, what's new since I saw you last? I have got a fair bit of work done on my Musselburgh hat. I was down here last time I saw you, so I've added several inches, and I'm liking the way the color is starting to shift into a little bit lighter. I'm really enjoying this yarn that I dyed for this hat. I think it's gonna look really, really gorgeous when it's done. So this is the Musselburgh hat. I might be one of the last people on the planet to knit one of these. It's a pattern by Isolde Teague, and it's been out for a while, and everyone and their poodle has made one of these except for me, and now I'm on the same bandwagon. So like I say, I added several inches. The yarn I'm using is yarn I dyed myself. It's a fingering weight yarn. I'm using, I don't know what size, what am I using for needles? That's not even the one that's got it written on. I'm using my Chiogu red lace and 2.5 or 3mm. It's hard to read those things. At least with my aging eyes, it's hard to read the numbers on these little guys. But anyway, so I made a good bit of progress on that this week. I'm happy with the progress, and I'm really enjoying the mindless knit aspect of it. The rest of the week was spent working on my socks for the round 6 of Sock Madness 18. And here comes the tickle. So the rest of the week I spent working on my Sock Madness 18 round 6 socks, and the pattern came out Tuesday late morning, early afternoon. I forget the exact time. They let us know it would be coming out sometime between 11 and 3 Eastern time. I think it was around 1, between 12:30 and 1 that it came out. So I cast on Tuesday afternoon. I realized by Tuesday night I had made a mistake. Put it aside until morning when I was more clear-headed and didn't have cold/bedtime allergy medicine in my system. Knitting with that might have been my first mistake. Anyway, so I took them up. I took a look at them again on Wednesday morning. Couldn't figure out where I'd messed up, but my stitches were, it wasn't working. I had stitches in places they shouldn't be, and so I tried frogging it. And when you see the pattern in just a couple minutes, you'll understand why I took the scissors and went snip and started over. And yeah, this pattern uses 4 colors. You only use 1 color per row, but it can get tangled pretty quick and easy. So I cast on again on Wednesday and got a fair bit of knitting done, relatively speaking. And when I got up on Thursday morning, I kept knitting, and then I double-checked Ravelry only to find out that someone on my team had finished. I'm out. I'm out of sock madness right now. Or I've been eliminated, and we have a champion for Team Baklava, or Team B. So one of our racers was really fast. Once you get into the rhythm of this pattern, it gets a little faster, but it's still, for me, I'm finding it's a slow knit. And now that I've been eliminated, I haven't been doing near as much per day on it, and you will see what I mean by that. So right now it's living in my Fringe Supply field bag. And okay, and why don't I tell you the name of the pattern? Anyway, oh boy. So this is the Helix Remix socks, and so this is the Sock Madness 18 round 6, and it's a pattern by Carolyn Lyle, and it's a gorgeous pattern. And for me, it is a slow knit. And here's what I have so far. They won't fit me. I will give them to my mom, my sister, or my niece, or one of my mom's best friend. I haven't decided who I will give them to, unless I finish the first sock and lose interest 100% and only make 1 sock. I have done that in the past. So I have done that in the past where I've made one sock and thought I'm never going to get around to doing the second one. And I am one day going to turn those single socks into wall art. I'm going to get them each onto their own sock blocker and display them as art. This one is really cool. I've had people comment it looks like candy. I agree. I love the look of them. So it's going in a spiral or a helix pattern. It comes down to a V along the front, and it gradually down the back, it gradually goes out either direction, so you end up with just this plain stripy pattern going down the back of the leg. It has an afterthought heel, and this V pattern is going to continue all the way down the leg, all the way down the foot, gradually getting more and more narrow as you come down the front of the foot. I'm going to put a pattern or a picture of the finished sock up on the side there so you can see what the front view of the sock looks like. It's a really neat looking sock. The bottom of the foot is have more of a kind of a colorwork look slip stitch design with the 4 colors. So I am eager to finish at least one sock. And once I finished one, I will decide whether I'm going to make the second one or surrender. To be 100% honest, I'm leaning towards just making one single sock and adding it to, that'll make 3 socks that I'll have that I put on display in somewhere in my craft room. That's the plan, I think. Stay tuned, see what I do. Okay, that tickle's starting to, that tickle's getting to me. All right, I've been chewing on my cough candy for a while. This might be a shorter episode because I don't know if the hay fever's gonna let this continue. So that's it for my knitting content. 2 projects, Musselburgh and my Helix Remix socks. I am enjoying the knit. When I first did it, somewhere along the line I had these extended stitches off kilter. I had done maybe 10 rounds. I'd messed up. So it is what it is, and I wouldn't have made it against the speed demon in our team anywho. So in the other thing this week is yesterday the hubby and I went out. Usually Fridays are what we call date day. Hubby works weekends. He's a pastor. He works on Sundays, and Saturday is usually prep time to make sure he's got all the last minute stuff ready before Sunday morning. So Fridays we like to take the day off and just go and do something. Whether it's just go out do shopping, spend some quality time together, whatever, go out to eat. So yesterday we decided we wanted to see the new Planet of the Apes movie in the theater, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So we had a nearby theater that was showing it at 4 o'clock and 4:30 on Friday afternoon. So we went out for lunch first, and then we spent a while snooping around in an outlet mall that's close by to where the theater is. And then we went to see the show. Then we went back to the outlet mall and had a bite to eat for supper. Just grabbed a couple quick things at the food court and then came back home. So hubby had a goal. He wanted to get some new trousers and he wanted to get a new pair of running shoes. So we were looking around in this shoe store, and I found myself a pair of shoes. He struck out. He did not find shoes. Backwards. I put my shoes on the wrong feet. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Are these not the funnest, coolest shoes ever? I have never owned a pair of Crocs, real or fake. I don't get the appeal of them. But when I saw these, that's it, I'm in. I need a pair of Crocs. So I cannot believe I'm actually going to be wearing Crocs. I know some people love them to death. I've never got the appeal, but I will give it a try. For that pattern, I could not resist. And to boot, they were on clearance. So I got them for 25 bucks. And now that I've showed them off, I can start wearing them. The only thing is they have this bumpety texture thing inside them, and it tickles. Come on, back to focus. I'm all fuzzy. There we go, back in focus. That they tickle. I've got very ticklish feet, and they tickle. But I love them. I absolutely love them. So I'm excited to start wearing them. I'm going to ease into it. I'll wear them for a little while. Now that I'm done this, I'm going to put them on my feet. I will apologize to my Birkies first. I am a Birkenstock girl. I've been wearing Birkenstocks for 10, 15 years now. I love Birkenstocks. Absolutely love my Birkenstocks. I will wear a pair until they're self-destructing, and then I'll get another pair and I will wear them. I wear them every single day. They're my slippers that I wear around the house. I wear them out when the weather's fine. I'll put on socks and I'll wear them out in the fall and early winter. I wear them all the time. It's only the middle of the winter I don't wear them out. I'll wear them at home though. As soon as I get home, my running shoes are off and my Birkies are back on. I just always wear them. But I'm gonna start getting used to Crocs. I may never get another pair. I may be hooked. Stay tuned and find out what I actually think of them after I've worn them for a while. But that was my fun purchase. Hubby came home empty-handed. I was teasing him. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to find something fun, and you struck out on things that you want and you needed. Because he needs new shoes and he needs new trousers. So I was apologizing because I found something and he didn't, and that was the main reason we were looking around in the outlets, is to find him some stuff. But it is what it is. So other than that, this week I don't have any major plans. The weekend coming up, the Memorial Day weekend here in the US, we are invited to a friend's place for a barbecue on Saturday afternoon. But we're thinking, and it's about an hour and a half drive from here. They live a fair ways away from us. It's the person my husband works with. I'm good friends with his wife. There's just a group of us that get together every year, Memorial Day weekend Saturday. And we're trying to decide, we're thinking maybe we'll go on date day, we'll leave early and go out to somewhere closer to their place and find a hotel, stay there overnight, just do some exploring in that area a bit, or just relax. I'll knit, hubby will probably listen to an audiobook and just relax, or do some shopping, poking around some shops out that way. Who knows? So I'm probably going to be filming next week's episode a day or two early, so there might be a little bit less to show next week, which is saying something because I didn't have much to show this week at all. Now that I'm out of the running for Sock Madness, I'm going to be able to divide my time across more than just the one project. So hopefully I'll make some progress on all 4 of my whips for next week, although I am eager to cast on something new. I also enjoy participating in the Super Sock World Championship. As you can call it, a competition. It's another sock knitting thing. It used to be called Tour de Sock, and they basically have a certain number of rounds of sock patterns that you can knit. are voluntarily join up on different teams. And the first number of people on each team that finish get a certain number of points, and then your team competes point-wise for prizes at the end. So the qualifying round pair of socks, so they actually, each round they have 2 different socks. They usually call it a low octane and a high octane round or pair. One of them, the high octane, is a little bit more detailed, more in depth, a little bit more complicated. The low octane is a little bit simpler. And so you have a choice between one or the other, or you can do both. You can do whatever you want with this one. And what they do is that the registration ran until the 15th of May. Then on the 17th of May, so yesterday, the qualifying round pair of socks, the 2 pair of socks were released. And you have a choice between one or the other, or both if you want, if you have time. You have a 2-week window to knit up until I think the 31st of May. You have to knit one of the pair of qualifying round socks, a pair of the socks, and and then you qualify to continue receiving the patterns for the rest of the competition. If you don't qualify, you've got the first 2 patterns and that's it. If you do qualify for receiving the rest of the patterns, you do receive the rest of the patterns for, I think it's usually 6 rounds. So I typically try to get the qualifying round pair of socks done, and then depending on what the remaining patterns look like, I try to knit a few other pair of the socks over the course of the summer. Travel plans sometimes interfere with that, but we'll see. So the qualifying round pair came out yesterday, and I really like the look of the low octane version. And I will be making them. It's just a matter of how long I can restrain myself before I cast on. I have yarn chosen already. It is one of the yarns that was in this basket behind me of my hand dyed yarns, and it's a Christmas theme. It's a bear yarn that's got red and green splotches and speckles all throughout. So I think the pattern will lend itself really nicely to a pair of Christmassy socks. So those will be cast on, and you will see those next week. I'm kind of thinking I might cake up the yarn later this afternoon and get started on those tonight. Sorry, I'm just eyeing up the skein of yarn over, and it's sitting over on my desk over there. I'm just eyeing it up and thinking about it. So I might cast those on later today. We shall see. But anyway, that's it for me this week. I'm going to go and rest my voice, get this tickle under control. The throat lozenge is helping some, but not entirely. I apologize for all the jump cuts that this video is going to have, because there's no reason why you need to listen to me coughing a dozen times during this video and wiping my nose. So there will be lots of little cuts here and there through this video, and I apologize for that, but hay fever, what can you do about it? It can't still be a cold this long after a week. It can't still be a cold. So anyway, before this tickle takes over and sends me off into another coughing fit, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you guys again in a week. Alrighty, take care everyone. Bye.